Hello again, welcome back to European Autocross Studios 944 Turbo Project / AC Plenum Chamber Box Cleaning video. If you remember last video, Nick put a not so flattering thumbnail picture up. Hope he doesn't do that this time. That was not a good picture. Anyways, we're going to clean the box up. I want to remove the rest of these. I loosened the screws already that we couldn't get last time. I used a little valve lapping compound on the tip of the screwdriver and was able to bite that slightly worn screw from trying to get it out. And they loosened up, so I'll take those off. We're going to get the temp sensor out and just basically clean everything, including the evaporator and the heater core. Not a lot going on today. We're going to try to wrap this up next week. I forgot to order the foam, but it will be here Monday. So we're going to start and refoam all these boxes. It's a 3mm self-sticky back foam. It's a nice sheet, not too expensive, and we're going to line this everything and make our own seals, basically. So that should work out pretty good. And thank you, Sven from Germany, for giving us the files for the 3D printer to print up these little linkage rods and the rod holders. And the other ones that lock onto the servos, and some good advice on how to set these up once we're done. So we're going to try that. Thank you very much for that. And Jeff, yes, we have a lot of things apart and not a lot put back together. This will be the first thing we actually put back together, clean, fresh, ready to go back in the car. The wiring harness will be next. I did get the wire for the blower resistors. It's a silicone wire, should be good. The 2.5mm relates to a 14 gauge wire, automotive wire. A lot of strands, so it's not that cheaper wire. And that's the only thing I'm going to do the silicone wire with. It does get hot, or apparently it gets warm, so in the harness. So that'll be nice. We'll get that all fixed up. I'm trying to purchase the terminals now that we'll need for the fuse panel. A lot of them not available anymore, but I think I can find them somewhere. If not, we'll harvest what we have and clean them up and open them up, and I'll just pre-crimp them, put a little solder to make sure that they lock in nice and tight. So right now, let's get back to this. My super special glasses. I can see through the planet with these glasses. They're so powerful. I already took detailed photos of where each link rod goes. I would suggest you do the same if you're going to take this apart. I also took lessons in dropping things. Pictures of all the little linkage rods and the seals and where they go. Of course, we have it on video, but it's nice to have a still shot of what we need. Let me just get that out of the way. And I'll also put a little bit of, just a tiny bit of silicone grease when I put these back together so everything moves nice and quiet. Even though these are in good I wouldn't say good shape, but they're not falling apart. We're going to replace these anyways and strip these. I'm not going to do that now. I'll clean them, but I'm not going to strip these yet. I want to make sure one of them has a wraparound and the other one is just cut here. So we'll just clean that. Fix that later. Our defroster flap. Alright. That's it for this. This comes right off too, not too bad. Not using the correct table, as you can see. All right, one more. This one has a spring on it. I think we can leave the spring. Yep. And the spring can stay there. That's not hurting anything. Okay, I think that's it for our little levers. Now, temp sensor. The grommet, I was trying to get this out. The grommet will go through this way. But I'm going to have to take the connector apart to get the wires through. That's supposed to be hinged there, but the plastic is broken. I already took a picture of the color orientation, and here's where they lock in. Once you pull that off, there's a little plastic tab that has to be bent up. Should be able to get that, yeah, like that, gently, because this plastic is kind of brittle. And so are the wires. But luckily, Porsche did some great things with their electrical system. These connectors are actually soldered, they're reusable. So I can fix that. Yeah. I can, I'll just cut these back because that was starting to fray too. Where the solder comes through, it's a little bit brittle. So we'll fix that. And you will witness all of it at the dropsies today. Yeah. It's about 240 degrees outside, so we don't have the AC on because we're going to be working out here at the doorway. So we're going to sweat a little today. Okay. And we're going to fix the wiring harness for this when we put it back together. So more wiring. Lots and lots of wiring. I shouldn't need these tools anymore. We do have some brushes. I cut down a little chip brush to scrub a little bit. And we won't need the tools here. So those over here. And we're going to move this outside a little bit and just start cleaning with some spray nine. Best stuff. You'll see how nice that stuff really works. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back. Just a simple day today, trying to get these boxes cleaned up. But I'm not going to take the foam off of these today, but the one that's already stripped of foam that all fell apart, I'm going to try to clean that with some lacquer thinner. I don't have a squirt bottle, but let's see if this does it. Yeah, if it soaks a little bit, it'll work. It'll work okay. I should have dunked this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Maybe that would have helped. Lacquer thinner evaporates so quickly it doesn't stay around long enough to really bite into it. Just a little more. I also have some evaporust. It's in a 5-gallon jug, but I'm going to pour it into smaller bins, and we can take the rust off of these. Do I need to? Probably not, but I like to restore things rather than just fix it and throw it back in. So everything is back to original. And getting the rust off of this would be sort of that step. If you're going to restore it, you got to clean it. So this metal will clean up. Plus some other little parts I have. It works great, the evaporust. If you heat it up a little bit, if you heat it up in the microwave just a little bit, you can get it to 110, 120 degrees. It works even better. So faster anyways. It's a good product. They don't sponsor me, so it's just they're not paying me to say that. But I'm getting not yet anyways. Okay, that's not too bad. I think that's all we're going to get. Yeah, so we'll just soak this in the evaporator. It'll clean all this up. Clean up the ends. Make it all like new again. Because that's what we do. Alright, one down. These I'm just gonna just hit these with the spray iron. Just because we're handling them, they're so nasty. Most cars now have pollen filters or cabin air filters. Things don't get so grungy inside. I mean, look at this. This is like really bad. You need a mask while you're driving. Somebody said that there are filters that you can buy for these boxes. I'm going to look into that. As long as it doesn't reduce the airflow too much, then it might be worth putting in. Update the box a little bit. All right. So at least now we can work with it and not get all dirty. The magic of spray now. Good enough. You think this is overkill? Wait till you see the next stuff we did. Everything. All right. Let's start with this. I'm not sure we're going to get all of this off here. Looks like it comes off pretty easy. Maybe. Even in the modern cars, we have the Boxster 996, the 997s. All this foam starts to deteriorate and comes right through the AC vents. It's terrible. That might just be because of our hot climate down here. I don't know if this happens in some of the northern states or in Europe, where the weather doesn't get so hot. But this humidity and the heat, I think, destroys this stuff. Trusty spray iron. It's a good disinfectant too. It kills everything. Kills a lot of stuff. A little tough on the hands, so you want to kind of rinse your hands. I'll wear gloves while doing this. I'm not good with gloves. Nice little foam insulation where the evaporator sits. It's like a little cooler. And not the cooler from Hogan's Heroes. A real cooler. Something you can put some nice cold beers in. One of these days we're going to be getting to the transmission on that car. He said it's been rebuilt, but I want to get it apart and see for myself what's in there, if we need to change a second, third gear synchro or first. While we're in there, if we want to just tidy that up. I don't think he's ready to do the engine yet. Certainly not ready to do the body yet. So we're just going to keep going with things that we can do until either we get another 944 to restore, or another project that will be similar. I don't want to damage the foam, so we'll go a little lighter on the floor. There's some little bits here and there, but when I assemble it, we'll get to all the little stuff at the seams, and otherwise it looks really good. Not afraid to touch it now. Alright, that's the other half. Ugh. You know, I could put some really cool license-free music on this while I'm doing this for your entertainment, but you guys don't like it. Okay, I don't like it either. I know this is overkill, getting all this stuff clean like new again, but that's the only way to do it. If you want to do a nice job, you really got to dig in and just do it and get it done nice. I could only fit so many cleaning utensils on the table, so I don't have all kinds of different brushes, but this works pretty well. This is brown gook that forms while I'm scrubbing in the corners. Is kind of gross, really. I know what you're thinking. You're going to stop the video because this is boring. Well, don't. Just keep watching. Maybe put on some music you like while you're watching. Just keep watching. That's all I ask. We try not to make boring videos, but every once in a while some of the work that has to be done is a little boring. I should have Anthony do this. I think he's out at some rally or something today. Some crazy driving thing. I don't know. He's always doing something. I don't get to have any. Close to like new. Oops. Nice and clean. We'll save the little parts for last. Look at that. Those of you who do have cars with cabin air filters, I suggest you change them frequently. That's the condensation drain. I'll get the rest of the seal stuff off later with some, maybe some acetone or something. And we'll glue the foam back down when I get it all dried out. The styrofoam for our cooler. Alright, not bad. Okay. Now just a bunch of little pieces. These will go quick, and then we're going to do the evaporator core and the heater core. Even these air ducts are just gook in them. Look at all that nice clean plastic. Very nice. There's a little clip that holds a temp sensor inside the box. FYI. This incredible amount of knowledge you will gain about your 944 air conditioning system. 85/2. Okay, that's it for the plastic bits for now. Let's get the evaporator core. That's a nightmare. Save the best for last. Wow. I mean, whose hair is this? I do have a fin comb. After we clean it, I'll comb it out before we put it back in the car. Only because if I do it now, it'll probably get kind of wrinkled up a little bit. Again. All right. Spray 9 to the rescue. Try to go deep inside, just like you would cleaning your home evaporator. But your home evaporator has a filter on it. As you can see, I'm going in the direction of the fin. If not, if I go that way, it'll bend them over, but that's kind of obvious. Looks like there were some foam seals here too. I'll have to clean those up. There's no sign of the leftover seal, so we'll see how it fits in the box, and we'll put the seals in there according to how it looks and how well it fits. We want all the air to go across the evaporator, especially converting to 134. They're very inefficient on 134 refrigerant versus the R12 that the system had. We can update the condenser, because with 134, it's hard to cool it. The pressure, temperature differentials are different. It requires a lot more condenser area to cool the high pressure side. We'll see if there's a more efficient way. If not, we'll run it the way it is. It'll be cool, but not ice cold like a new system would be. Why didn't the water go through? It still has a dirty look to it, but I think it's clean otherwise. Can't really see light through it, but the pipes are all staggered, so they're blocking, but it looks good. I'll know more when it dries. We'll straighten all the fins out and take a good look in there if we can. But I think it's okay now. I just wish it looked better. There's stuff stuck in it. Ugh. Well. Get clean. I could try the ultrasonic and see if that helps. All right, well, that'll have to do for now. Wow, holds a lot of water. It's pretty dense. There's a lot of tubes in there. And these are all the soldered ends. Pretty confident it won't leak. These I've never had to do an evaporator. I've never seen one leak, so I think we're all good on that. I'll probably take the expansion valve off and make sure that's clean. I might even open it up a little bit to let a little more refrigerant flow through for the 134. Sometimes that helps. Alright, well that's that. There's our crusty heater core. I don't know if I should replace this or not. I haven't seen one of these leak yet either, but maybe one of you guys have. You see the support bars are rusty. Hopefully that's not causing an issue with the tubes where the coolant flows through. This we may replace this if we can get a good one. But we'll see. Foam's in really good shape. We don't have to change the foam. I'll straighten some of these out too. These must have gotten knocked out when I pulled it out. I don't have a comb that can do these, so we got to do these individually. I already rinsed the coolant out in our coolant drain, so this is just water in there now. It looks worse than it is, but it's. I think it'll be okay. I am curious about these though. As long as they're not touching and rubbing on the core, I think they'll be okay. Okay, well, I think that's it for now. We got the parts cleaned up. Next week, we're going to put the foam on the doors, put the doors together. We'll get this box mostly together. I do want to paint the servos, the ends that are kind of the paint's all coming off, a little bit of rust showing. You don't need to see all that. That's probably more boring than this. But I'm glad you stayed through it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're getting so close to 1,000 and I appreciate it. All your input. You've been giving me some great advice, great tips. Just keep it coming, please. You guys are awesome. And I don't want to disappoint my 944 crowd. So if we do have to do other episodes of different cars, I hope you'll still watch, but we are trying to maintain this path on the 944. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week.